What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with an amazing update that will be coming to Panzer Dragoon Remake for the Nintendo Switch. Now, in a recent interview, the Panzer Dragoon Remake co-producer Benjamin A detailed the new 1.3 update that's coming to the Switch remake. And guys, there's some awesome stuff here that's going to make the game so much better than what it was at launch. So let's go ahead and go over these features here. We've got HD rumble, 60 frames per second added, input lag reduced / rotation improved, gyro controls, sound effects being reworked, several face buttons to fire / lock, an auto lock system as an option, 0 episode added, so new content, new game mode or performance enhancing, new gameplay options, new cheat codes, options accessible from the pause menu, dragon animations being reworked, new game language based on the console first at launch, secret menu called Pandora Box in the remake now accessible once the game is beaten regardless of difficulty. Now, Nintendo is currently looking at this update, so it's in the process of being approved, and then once they get that, then they can get a release date for it. But to be honest, a lot of this stuff that they're adding in here is what people knocked the game for in the first place. Some of the frame rate, the controls, not having the gyro, input delay, input lag, all that stuff is what knocked the game. But people who did like the game saw some of the issues, but at the same time saw that at the core it was a good game. So when they put this in there with this 1.3 update, it's going to make things so much better for this title, and I'm glad that I kind of waited to really play through all of it. The game isn't really long, it's only like an hour or something based on how good you are and the pace that you're going. But when they add all of this stuff in, it's really going to jump the game up to a much better playability and probably better review scores if people could go back and review it. So I'm actually excited for this remake, and I can't wait to finally get into how the game was supposed to be. Gamers have speculated that Nintendo maybe wanted the game rushed for the shadow drop with the most recent Nintendo Direct, so maybe the developers wanted to do that to kind of capitalize on the hype. I'm not really sure what happened, but all of this stuff seems like it probably should have been in the regular base game without an update. However, this is a smaller team. It's not like it's a huge team working on things, so I understand, and it's not too expensive in terms of the game. I think it's like $24 or something like that, so not bad with all this new stuff being added in, and it's a free update. I just wish that it would have been in there at the very beginning instead of later. Probably got better reviews, more people would have bought the game. But now that they're adding in, better late than never, right? So what do you guys think about this Panzer Dragoon remake update that they're having in here? Is this going to get you to pick up the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, now moving on to the next topic here. We have a very interesting one when it comes to the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo as a company and what's going on with the stock market here. So ValueAct, which is on the boards at Microsoft and Adobe, has been buying Nintendo stock since 2019, and now they want to help Nintendo become the largest digital entertainment service company. So they've been buying and buying stock in order to maybe have some potential draw or pull with Nintendo in terms of guidance, and it looks like they're trying to cash in on that down the road. So Daniel Ahmed, who is a Nikko Securities analyst on Twitter, he had quite a bit to add to this because some people were kind of confused in terms of where this is going, and he had some good insights as well. So activist investor group ValueAct Capital Partners LP has built a stake of over 1.1 billion in Nintendo. ValueAct is on the boards of Microsoft and Adobe and is looking at Nintendo's potential to become a broader digital entertainment company. Now, an activist investor doesn't mean what you think, by the way. It means they are essentially interested in the company because they want to make changes to push the company in a certain direction. In this case, they want to push the digital entertainment / media services angle. Now, since ValueAct started buying the stock in April 2019 and has grown in its position, essentially it looks like the digital transition isn't going to be as smooth as they want, and they believe they can provide value / pivot the company to become one of the largest digital media services. So very interesting that they've been building this stock for the past year or so, and they kind of want to push Nintendo, maybe help them out when it comes to the digital sales, digital range, media, stuff like that. Now, Nintendo's been trying to do that since Furukawa took over. They've kind of branched off into so many other things. We have a Mario movie that's going to be coming up. We have far more of a push of digital distribution with the eShop and some of the sales that have been going on and what's going on with Animal Crossing as well. So it does seem like Nintendo is kind of heading in that direction. Now, some people might say, oh, well, this might be a bad thing because digital, they're not going to do physical. I don't think that's going to be the case, considering Nintendo knows what they're doing with physical and knows that their audience, physical collections, collector's editions, things like that. So I don't see Nintendo really stopping that. But the bigger focus on the digital age in terms of properties, stuff like movies or Netflix or Hulu shows or digital distribution with video games or building that brand or platform, that's something that Nintendo definitely is going to probably a little bit harder of a transition for them, since they didn't really do that too much. Now, they've been doing other things in terms of branching off. We've got the Super Mario collaboration with clothes. We've got the Lego set that they're doing as well. So when it comes to physical items, they've been doing pretty good over the past 10, 20 years, whatever you want to say. The digital part is where they really haven't taken advantage of too much when it comes to outside of video games, that is, when it comes to like movies and when it comes to entertainment. So maybe that's where they're going to try to push their boundaries into some more. And heck, I'd be down for it. I'd love to see more digital stuff with like anime or even with more movies from Nintendo IP. I think that they can be a giant in that area, but we'll have to wait and see how all of this turns out. So what are you guys' thoughts on ValueAct buying this 1.1 billion, banking on Nintendo becoming a digital media giant? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here. Grand Blue Fantasy versus shipments and digital sales have hit a new milestone of 350,000 plus. The most recent fighting game from Psy Games and Arc System Works has exceeded 350,000 units. Not bad at all, considering the type of game that it is. Now, publisher Psy Games did announce this recently. So Grand Blue Fantasy Versus launched for the PlayStation 4 on February 6th in Japan and Asia, March 3rd in North America, and March 27th in Europe. The PC version via Steam was released worldwide on March 13th, and the latest downloadable character, Zooey, is due out on April 28th. And is it Zooey or Zoe? One of those two. Zooey. So pretty cool stuff there for Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and I think that the more that this game does in terms of doing well, I think that Psy Games is going to get to port it, because a lot of people have asked me, OJ, this is great that it's on PlayStation 4, great that it's on PC, but will there be a Switch version, considering I love games like BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle or games like Dragon Ball Fighters, for example. Those games have done well on the Nintendo Switch, and this kind of fits right into that type of game, that type of style that Switch owners would definitely like. And I feel that, yes, this is going to lead to them probably porting the game to Nintendo Switch at some point. This game was built on Unreal Engine 4, so it does run on that engine, and it's a 2D fighting game that has a pretty cool story mode. So even if you're not into fighting games as much as the next person, the story mode in the game is actually pretty good. It's like a single-player RPG story mode in there where you have multiple scenarios, you do have a grand story, you have characters with the dialogue and everything. It's pretty cool. I think a lot of Switch owners might like that type of story mode more than a game like Dragon Ball Fighters, for example. So I think that Psy Games has a nice hit on their hands. Obviously, this wasn't a huge game to produce when it comes to cost. So if some people are wondering, well, wait a minute, 350,000 units, that's not that much. But for this type of game, 2D fighter made from Arc System Works, pretty much Unreal Engine 4, it's an accomplishment. I think they're doing really well for that style of game, and they can do even more if they're able to branch off and get this on the Nintendo Switch, get Arc System Works working on a port, or get somebody else to help out with it when it comes down to it. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, we are going to discuss this Fix Ultimate Online hashtag campaign that's going on. I think MKLeo, who's currently the #1 player in the world in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, actually started this and got it trending, got this well over like 15,000 to 20,000 tweets, whether it was on one side or the other side. And I wanted to talk about it just a little bit because I think that there's good points pretty much on both sides of it. Now, one side is, well, the Ultimate Online, it's not too bad if you're close and the internet connections are good, and most people are playing on Wi-Fi, they don't have the router, and I completely get that. But then there's the other side that are saying, well, wait a minute, this game already has kind of baked in input delay with the 6 frames just on offline, and then on top of that, pretty much with good connections, ideal conditions, really close to each other or whatever it is, there's another 5 frames. So there's a minimum of 11 frames of input delay in any match, even in ideal conditions. And of course, not everything is ideal based on distance and everything like that. And they're asking for Nintendo to fix the online. And the way that I look at it, based on what I know with online and netcode and games and everything like that, it's very difficult to completely fix in terms of a structure if you're having input delay 5 frames compared to what they did with offline and everything like that. So I highly doubt that Nintendo's going to be able, or really Bandai Namco, because Bandai Namco is the one who made the infrastructure for the online. They're the ones who made the game. It's not server based. There are no games in terms of fighting games that are server based, because that would actually add latency and add lag. Everything's peer-to-peer, just like pretty much every single fighting game. But from what I understand, it would be extremely difficult for them to completely redo the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate online. The way that it's constructed in terms of getting as many people to be able to have somewhat of a decent match as possible, there's just no way that they're going to be able to get that done, from what I know and from what I've researched. Now, could they release a small patch in terms of to help fix out things? Maybe they could. I know Street Fighter V did something, but there's still lag. There's still people complaining about the game not having good connections. You're pretty much always going to get that. What they would need to do would have to be completely remake things, completely rewrite things, and put that in and somehow put everything together with the game itself, which is probably not going to be happening. And Bandai Namco with Sakurai is hard at work on the DLC for this game and getting all of that in there. So I just don't see them actually doing anything. Would it be nice if they addressed it some way, some shape, or how, with some type of little update to maybe help out with things? Maybe. But to be honest, I'm not sure if there's really anything that they can do at this point. But maybe there is some type of relief. Maybe there is some type of update that they do bring to the game to help things out just a bit. I'm just not sure if there's really going to be anything that they can do, considering there probably isn't like the whole team working on it, the people that worked on online, because the game's already complete. And once again, they're probably hard at work on the DLC for the game and not thinking about a complete revamp to the online. So unfortunately, like I said on Twitter, they're probably not going to do anything, and this is going to fall on deaf ears, but I wish, or I hope, there could be something that they can do in order to help things out here for the people that are having quite a bit of trouble. And heck, I play Smash Ultimate online. Once again, everybody's experience is different, and there is some issues that maybe they can patch out at some point, but we're gonna have to wait and see if anything is even done at all. So what are you guys' thoughts when it comes to all the different topics? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the link in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.